What's your take on people labeling you like a far right conservative?
You know, yeah, people will go, "Oh, Jim's a far right conservative." I can't help how people are gonna label me. That I can't help. But again, that comes with their emotions. I'm not a far right conservative. I'm not even close to it. I'm not even some people are, you're a Trumper. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And maybe you know what? I think most people get that. The people that think that way is because you saw me going after or exploiting a lot of what happened the last couple years. I used my own morality and common sense to see what I was looking at. I didn't even care if Trump existed. I can care less if Donald Trump existed. I saw who a lot of you saw, oh, Joe Biden. Two things. A, I don't think that was Joe Biden. And two, that thing tried to convince me that men should be in female sports. Let me explain something to you. Let's talk common sense. No politics. What is this camera for? Who's on this camera? Huh? This one over here? All right. Let me explain common sense to you. It's very easy. Let's pretend there's no politics. If someone came from nowhere, okay? They just, whatever. They came from a country you never heard of, okay? And they showed up and they said, yeah, where we're from, they're chopping off male penises and the government's actually funding universities and they're giving money, but they'll only give that money if you support a male playing in a female sport and a male turning into a female and performing in female sports, and they're allowed to go in the bathrooms. That's not politics. That's common sense. If anyone in my family, any male in my family decided they wanted to transgender into a female, the first thing I would do is I'd go, hey man, do yourself a favor, turn TikTok off. Also, I get it. I've had thoughts too. I remember when I was a little kid, I don't know why I was horny. I'd watch this little show, and the show was The Magic Garden. And it was two women playing, and one had a guitar. I was 5 years old. I didn't even know what being excited. I just know my belly felt funny. And I would sit, on my bed, just watching it, rubbing back and forth. I didn't know what was going on. I'm being serious. I didn't know what was going on. Matter of fact, when I see a female wearing stockings all my life, I'm going to say some stuff here I'm not happy about. And you may try to hold it against me. But back then, I remember my parents weren't home when I was young one day. I think I was like 7 years old, and they were out in the back. And I snuck in my mom's drawer, and I pulled out her pantyhose. Because for some reason, when I'd see pantyhose, I'd get horny, and my belly would feel funny. Does that mean I should cut my penis off and start playing and taking hormones and play in sports? No. It meant but I didn't know what was going on. But I had time to figure it out on my own. I didn't have the school telling me what I am. I didn't have the government tell me what I am. I didn't have funding tell me who I am. I knew what I was on. And I knew when I stood in front on my bed in my mom's room with those pantyhose on, I went, this is weird, dude. This is weird. I don't know what I thought. Maybe I'm just, this ain't happening for me. But that's the first thing I would tell the person in my family. But the second thing would be, if any of my children, females, any of my girls were in a bathroom, any man that would want to go in a bathroom with females that are pretending to be a girl, I'm sorry, but you are suspect in my eyes. You're a suspect to me. I don't trust you. Now, Is that me being, oh, you're homophobic? No. Or you're transphobic? No. I'm not stop using the word phobic. That was another word created. That's just nonsense. That's a bully word because I'm not afraid of going, oh my God, I've become transphobic. You know, let me cut my penis off. Hey, oh my God, I hung out with a gay person. Now I want to get gay. Like, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Barack Obama put out this statement that every young boy should have a gay friend. Says who? Says who? What? What? Well, let me explain something to you. I remember college. We had a gay teacher. And on my life, this guy was really, really into me and my other friend. We were the only heterosexuals in all of acting. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be funny. Maybe there was one other guy. And we were taking acting class, and we were the only two, and it was just like plucking fish out of it. It was so easy because all the dudes were gay. We're like, hey, we're not. Kabling! Another girl for me, another girl for me. We were young and all that jazz. But this one teacher would make us do meditation. And I remember him really trying to convince me to go to his home for dinner, just me and just my friend, who was a good-looking dude. He's like, no girlfriends, no whatever. He was an Asian dude. No this, no that. As time went on, things happened with others, not me. Now, if I listen to Barack Obama, I might find myself in a different situation right now. Because that's another thing that people don't want to talk about. Sometimes I don't understand that world, so I would never attack it. Never attack it. But to deny that a lot of people are abused, shame on you if you don't call it out, and shame on you if you don't exploit that. Because a lot of people are embarrassed when they are abused. Hence the what has happened in the Catholic Church. Not saying that happened or ever. No, it has. And then who doesn't say that is like, a man will never, ever, ever admit to that because that's the most heinous, disturbing, horrifying thing that you could do to a child. And the child's not going to say because you manipulated that child. And as they get older, they're going to be teased and everything else. So I don't know why I brought all this up. I don't know where I was going with this, but where was I going with this? Barack Obama?
No, people were saying that you're
this is all because of the far right thing. I'm not far right. You got mad because I would call out. No, I couldn't stand Biden. I couldn't stand that whole time period. You threatened me to get vaccinated. Don't pretend you didn't. The president did. He had no right doing that. This was during the time of misinformation. The president ain't a doctor. Every news channel. I couldn't stand. I'm sorry. If that hurt your feelings, that's on you. And the fact that oh my God. Let me explain something to you. So am I considered a Trumper if I tell you, I'm going to show you again, it's all their hate. It's just about hate. Oh, I hate the other person, so therefore I will allow all this horrible stuff to happen as long as I don't get to see this person because I hate them. That's a sick way of thinking. Sorry, I hate to call you out, but that's sick. So when Biden said a hurricane was coming, and the best way for hurricane prevention is to get vaccinated, if you weren't politically, emotionally involved, you would have sat there and went, what did this guy just say? If your father came home and said, hey, we got a hurricane coming, quick, get vaccinated. Does that make me a Trumper? Or does that make you emotionally involved in derangement? Because that's a disease. I'm sorry. That's you watching the television and you're rooting for a villain. That's a villain. That's a deranged. And even that. Oh no, he's fine. There's nothing wrong with his mental health. Really? Wow. Okay. Then I guess you're right. I'm a right-wing conservative. I'm never going to be able to, if you're going to label me, you can label me however you want, but I do know this. I know who I am. And I'm never going to be afraid by the people who try to label me. I live the best of my standards through morality, common sense, spirituality, and I'm always in tune with my God. Always. I may fall a lot, but until you can say the same and you're still labeling people, that's you going past the human part. You're the one that got caught up in it, but it's still okay to get out of it. You still got time to get out of it. But you need to come to these terms, and that's the only way we start coming together. Forget all these terms. Forget all that. Start talking to one another. That's all. I need a drink of water. All right.